Good evening, everyone. I welcome all of you. This is New Maheshwar Charitable Trust, Latur MS India, organizing daily international webinar series. And in this series, we are inviting the speakers from India and abroad. The speakers from various fields are joining here from art, commerce, science, technology. And today, we have invited Jhansi Madam, who is Assistant Professor Sri Sairam College of Engineering at Chennai. And the topic is digital literacy and online safety. Nowadays, the cash transactions or other transactions are we are doing with various tools and apps. So this using of app and we have to aware about the facts related to about the digital transaction online and the digital literacy and online safety is the basic point of us so that we can do our transactions, money transactions. So today's speaker will throw light on digital literacy and online safety. I welcome you, ma'am, and you can present your topic. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, good evening, one and all present here.
Yes, ma'am, visible. You can continue.
Yes, sir. So sorry. Yes, so good evening, one and all present here. So, my topic, which I'm going to take, first of all, I would like to thank for giving me this opportunity. The topic is digital literacy and online safety. So, this is basically divided into two vast areas which are very important nowadays. First one is digital literacy. What we are doing digitally, because nowadays we are so much dependent on the technology, even the mobile phones. It's not there is no age limit of who is using these digital platforms. From the small kid to the old grandpas and grandmoms, even they are using this digital platform. So what is this digital literacy, why it is important, what are the areas, and how we should respond to the digital areas? That is what digital literacy is. Then we'll go to online safety. What are some points which we should be aware of? What may be the consequences of digital platforms, and how we can overcome all the problems which may face digitally. So, this is the whole thing which we are going to see now. So, basically, digital literacy is how we are using it. We have plenty of platforms which we have recently. All of us are more into the social media. So how we are using the social media, what kind of content we are observing from social media, then what technology we are using. So very few frequently used some of the digital platforms are: one is social media, second one is payment apps, how we are making the payments. That is also very important. So where what we are consuming, how we are perceiving them is what digital literacy is. That's very important. Where we are using it, what are the devices, what are the search engines we are browsing, what are the pages we are going, whom we are visiting, what type of password shall we be fixing for our digital accounts. Everything comes under digital literacy. So when we say digital literacy, it's very important that we understand what we are doing, what kind of platforms we are using. We are more into online shopping, how we are doing online shopping, how to do it, how much it is safe to save our payment details in the online shopping apps, what kind of online shoppings we are doing. Even if we talk about this, we have one very famous social media which is Instagram, and more of these small businesses are happening through Instagram. How safe they are, how to trust them, that is digital literacy. Who is actually genuine in the platform, how we are using them, all that is digital literacy. How we are communicating online. When we are online, it may be a comment you are putting for some videos or type of video you are sharing in the online. How well prepared you are, how what news or what information you are actually providing to others, which should not influence others in a negative way. So that is digital literacy. So why digital literacy? We all know that we are into an era of digital platforms where we are surrounded with so many digital devices and platforms. We are so much, we can say, we are so much dependent on them, irrespective of the age, irrespective of the profession we are in. Like, see, we are from the different corners of the world. We are sitting here through the Google Meet. We are able to see each other, listen to the thoughts of others sitting in a very different corner of some person. This is digital platform which we are using. How to use it correctly, what is the purpose of using this digital platform, that is what we have to think about, we must have clarity about. So now, as the data says that around 5.3 billion people use internet worldwide, and internet is not only limited for searching something. Internet has plenty of uses. Everything you want to do, we need internet. For social media we need internet, for payments, for bankings, for shopping, even for getting a small information we need internet. Without internet you can't even see a video in the YouTube. So internet is a base for this digital literacy. Why we should have this digital literacy? Students and the teachers and most of the people, we use the digital platforms for the learning purpose also. There is no limitations for learning. We have so many podcasters who are making the videos, or so many digital teachers or digital educators are there who are teaching us online. Then we have our all AI tools, from ChatGPT to Copilot to the DeepSeek and Gemini is there. We use them also. How we are using them, what kind of content we are trying to dig from all these AI tools, how to communicate, what are the key terms we are using, are we using it correctly or not. That is very important. And then one very main reason is, we do have all these digital platforms, but main problem is there is a very less awareness of how to use these digital platforms. So day by day, the usage of digital platform is increasing. We are using social media, but still there are so many people who don't know how to use them. As I said, there is no limitation of who is using this digital platform. Even from a small kid who is able to see something or grab something from the YouTube, it may be a rhymes or anything. They don't know how to go from one video to another video. They just click, they just search, and they just move from one video to another video. Same with the old age people also. They have less awareness what they are watching, how they are responding to them. So when these problems arises, when we don't know who is the actual audience who is using the these digital platforms, there are more risk of fraud, or we don't know like how they may respond. If the small kid using the YouTube, he's just going through the rhymes or some other videos which may entertain him, but the next click, we don't know which website he may be redirected to. Same with the old age people, we don't know which website they may be redirected to. There was a very famous case where a small kid who was playing online game, he almost lost 7 lakh rupees of his parents. Why this happened? Because he don't have that digital literacy. He don't know where to click, how to click, what may be the consequences. So or if it is not there, there is a fair chance that all fraudulent activities may happen with you. There may be a threat of so many losses also. Then again, employers. So we expect a very strong digital skills nowadays. If you go for a placement also, the first thing will be asked is how is your technical skill, how much you know, how much you are able to dig into the technology side. The next up, these are the areas where we should be focusing on when we talk about the digital literacy. First thing is critical thinking. So when we say critical thinking, that critical thinking is basically linked with how we perceive the data which we see on the digital platforms, what we understand from them. So when we talk about digital platforms, it's not only limited to the social media or the payment apps or any other shopping. Even your WhatsApp is a digital platform. So if any message you are receiving, how you understand that, what you're perceiving from them, how you are forwarding that message, whether it's true or not. So all this comes under critical thinking. A random message which is coming to you, you may get threatened of that. It may be a misleading message, but you believe it to be true and you just forward it without even verifying whether the information is right or not. This is not the correct way you will be doing. So critical thinking is very important in the digital literacy. You understand it, you verify the data, and then you perceive it properly, and then you start to share the data with other people. Second is internet safety. What you are using, how you are using, what data you are consuming, what pages you are visiting to. Then, basically, when we say internet safety, it also includes the passwords which we are keeping. So there is a whole protocol of each time you log into the Google or any other very verified platforms, they make sure that they alert you when you are when you're inserting the password or setting the password. They make sure that they alert you how your password should be. Your password is not so strong, change the password, keep something, your name should not be there. So these kind of very safety measures which the digital platforms are using is a very good initiative. But still, we should take initiative from our side, and we should use internet very wisely. What we are watching, our history, it should be very clean, because whatever you put or what you are posting, what you are talk or what kind of content you are consuming in the social media, what kind of comments you are putting, because you may forget, you may delete, but it will always remain in the backside or in the brain of the internet. It will always keep it with them. So be very careful when you are using internet, how you are using it, and careful with the passwords which we are keeping for the our online platforms. Then we have digital plagiarism. Digital plagiarism is how we are using the content, whether the content we are posting, the comments which we are posting is original or not. Are we copying them from somewhere? If we are copying, then it is called as digital plagiarism. We should bring our own content. We should be real whenever we are posting something. And if you're posting the content of some other person, as I said, critical thinking is very important. Verify the data, whether it is true or not, or whether the facts are correct or not. Don't just blindly believe whatever you see on the internet platforms or whatever you see in the digital platforms. That's very important. And whenever you post, make sure it's your original work. No cheating, no plagiarism should be there. Then we have digital search skills, how we are using the internet, what are the different types of terms we are using, how good we are in searching for something. We may see your some of the colleagues, they are very good with digging up the data through internet. How they are doing it? Because of their searching skills. They know which website they will get the best data from. They know all the platforms from where they can get the exact facts and figures. So that is what digital search skills is. And at last, online identity management, which platforms we are using, how much data about us we are providing on the online platforms. So as a professional, one very basic online platform which we all are in is LinkedIn. So how much data we are providing on LinkedIn, what are we sharing on the LinkedIn, whether that information is revealing everything professional about us or not. Though other side, we have one more social media, that is Instagram, how much information we are providing them, what we are actually posting there. So all this is online identity management. If we are so much social we want, but still there has to be some limit where we should limit what we share. If we want to share our life to the people, how we are doing, what we are doing, that's well and good, but to what extent, how much identity we are revealing. If it comes to the private information, or it comes to the banking or the any other personal information, we should make sure that we are limiting that, we are not showing that on the other social media. So that's very important. These are the five areas through which we can focus on the digital literacy. Then we have, these are some areas which basically the youth are more into. So if we talk about, these are the five most used platforms by the youth. So we can say a person who is between 15 to 30, 35 years. So most of the time they are on the social media. Then they use the social media for learning purpose, and least for the banking and the payment purposes. So how we are using them, what is our understanding about that, all of that comes under digital literacy. Then we have safe social media practices. So because social media is one of the very, very, very major platform where we talk about this digital literacy, what we are seeing nowadays, content is changing. It's, if you compare to the previous times, the content which we are getting nowadays, it's totally very different. So how we see them, whether what is the like what is the reality of the content, how well it is, or how much believable it is, or what is the worthiness of the content, all that comes in under yours. So all this is a part of social media. So we focus more on the social media practices, how we are doing it. So how we can be safe on the social media is, maximum of the times, if you are not a public figure, if you only want to keep your friend circle very close to it, you just make sure that to keep your profile as a private profile. Don't allow others to enter your into your profile and just see what your life or what you are doing in your life. That's very important. Unless otherwise, you are not so private person, you just are very good with posting all the things which you are doing, not very personal details you are sharing on your page. You, it's better to keep your profile a very private profile. And then, as I said, think before you post your personal details or very personal content. It may be anything. It may be your it may be your transaction details, it may be your achievements, a very big achievements, it may be your profits which you are making. Basically the money related details, please keep them away from all your social media contents. Then if you want to be safe on the social media, one very best thing which you can do is, please stay away from the people whom you don't know. Again and again, social media also gives you the alerts. It tells you, if you don't know the person, please don't accept them. If you know them personally, even the LinkedIn give you this notification that only if you know this person personally, then only accept their friend request. Otherwise, please don't do it. Until unless you know them personally, don't add them into your social media network. Then we have, as they say, please don't share your locations in the photos where you are traveling. Don't give your travel details to any person in your social media. So these are some things which are the, again, the second part, which are the part of the digital literacy, and how you can be more or good when it comes to posting something online in a better way. First thing is awareness about the copyright. So whatever content you are posting, first you should be very sure about whether that content is copyrighted content or not. And if it's a copyrighted content, make sure to not post that content. Or if it's a open access content, then it will be a good option to post it. It may be a song, it may be a lines or poems or anything it could be, but first thing you should be very clear about whether it's a copyrighted content or not. And if it's copyrighted, please better to avoid that. Then we have to see that whether it's a common license or not. So if it's a common license, then it allows you to post allows you to just use the work of others also. So make sure to verify whether it's a common licensed work or not. Then the third one is your acknowledgement of source of information. So if you're using the information also, like I have got this image, so where from I have got this image, so I'm okay to give the source of image is there, it's from wikipedia.org, then source of text is also given there. So if you are able to, or if you are using the data also, please make sure that you provide the information, you give the acknowledgement, you give the reference from where you have got this. That is the best way you use, or you make use of the digital platforms. Even if you are writing a paper or if you are publishing something, please give reference of from where you have got this data, which will give the acknowledgement. And the next one is reject the plagiarism. Very important. Don't copy the work of any person, don't copy the pictures from anywhere, or don't just copy the whole text from one platform and paste it on other platform. And the last E stands for explain in your own words. It's not wrong to study or understand things from different perspectives and different areas. You may use different digital platforms to gather the information. But once you have gathered the information, understand the information and provide that or circulate that in your own words. That is what is very important. So this is what we call an aware system or aware protocol, which we have to follow when we talk about the digital literacy. Next, we move to the online safety. Very, very, very important, because all of us are using the digital platforms, and when we use that, so this online safety becomes a very major and a very important part of our life. It's not that we only use the digital platforms, but at the other hand, we have to be very safe when we are using all these digital platforms. So, what this online safety is, how we are protecting our data. Very important. We have to protect our data, we have to protect our identity, we have to protect our privacy, we have to be very safe when we are using online, how we are behaving there. Everything comes under online safety. What type of words we are using, what type of content we are posting, how it may impact the other person. All this is online safety. It's not only we talk about our safety, but it's also about we take care of the safety of others. Any information provided by you may cause damage to the other person if this information is not correct. Nowadays, we can see so many health gurus who are there on the internet. It may be medical gurus who are giving you the medication advices. They may be a fitness gurus who will give you the fitness advices. But whether that advice is correct or not, whether that will suit you or not, because one person who is sitting there and giving you the medical advice, he is giving that medical advice very randomly. That is not specific to any person. Your ailment may be different, your body type may be different, the effect of the medicine which they are saying may be totally different on your body. So it's very important, whatever information you are posting on the internet, again I'm saying it's not only about how you perceive it or how it may affect you, but you have to think about others also, how it will affect the other person. So that is online safety. So these are some areas where there is a huge threat online. The very first area is phishing emails and fake messages. So phishing emails is one thing which we all have experienced. These are a kind of emails which will come to you asking you to click on some links. And basically, these emails you will receive from, or we all receive from any bank or any kind of e-commerce platforms. We get them, and they will use the captions are very attractive, as you have won the lottery, don't miss the chance to win this or have the discount and all. We see that and we just go and click on the links. When you click on the link, they will start to ask you some of the questions. So when you keep on answering those questions, at last what will happen? They will hack your phone or hack your device, whichever you are using. That's the phishing email. And you also get the fake messages. Fake messages like you have won lottery of 20 lakh rupees or 1 crore dollars or something. And then they ask you for your mobile number and the name. So by seeing that, you can automatically find out this is a fake message. One person who can send you the message, why that person has to ask for your mobile number again. So you just move from that message understanding it's a fake message. But it's not the same with the phishing emails. Phishing emails are very, very, very critical to find whether it's a fake email or whether it's a original or a authenticated email. So there are some methods through which you can find out whether it's a mail which you are getting correct mail or whether it's a fraud mail. The first thing is you have to check the mail ID very carefully. There may be some colleague of you, they may use the detail of or mail id of someone from your own organization. So you have to first check the mail id very carefully whether it's a correct mail id or not. The second thing we have to see is the link which they have provided. First, don't have to click the link. You just go and keep your cursor on the link. It will show you the path of the link. So when it's showing the path of the link, please make sure to check whether the path and the mail which email id from which you have got the mail is same or not. Very important. And the third thing is which we have to keep in our mind, our banks know or and no e-commerce platform will ever ask for any personal details from you like your Aadhaar number, PAN number, mail ID or any other such details. So it's very important to keep all these things in mind if we want to just eliminate the losses which may cause from this phishing emails. Okay, there was an incident where one person got mail from the transport department. It said that it has come from transport department, and the mail stated that they have properly given the number of the vehicle also. They mentioned the number of the vehicle, they mentioned his name, and they have said that this one vehicle has jumped the red light at this traffic at this time. They knew that this vehicle belongs to this person. They knew that this is a common route this person is using, and they have sent that email. And this person, worrying that if that he could have jumped the red light, he clicked on the link. And after clicking on the link, it started to ask for the very basic details like PAN number, what is his driving license ID, what is his Aadhaar number. And the mail looked exactly like it has come from transport department. But as he was filling the data, he experienced that his phone is actually getting very heated. So when he came out of the link, he saw that there were 4 apps which was installed in the phone which he didn't install. In this process of filling the sheet, in that 5 minutes duration, 4 apps automatically got installed in the phone. So this is what this phishing email can do to you. So please make sure or please be very aware about no banks, no e-commerce platform. They will send you any mail like this. And second thing, if they are sending also, please make sure you're checking the email which is from which you have got the information from or the mail from. And the third thing how to find it out is you just place your cursor on the link and please check whether the email which is from where you have got the mail and which is there on the pathway are same or not. So like this we can safeguard ourselves from the phishing mail. Then we have identity theft, very, very, very common thing which is happening nowadays. Any person, they just creates a duplicate social media account on your name, or they hack the any person's mail id, and then from there they ask you to pay some money to them as an urgency message they send you and all. That is identity theft, very common practice nowadays which is happening, and we all should be very aware about these kind of practices. So how we can safeguard ourselves from identity theft? Whenever we get any message from any of our friend or any person saying that it's an urgent situation and I want you to help me financially, make sure you call that person and verify whether this is right or wrong. So don't believe on the messages which you get even through WhatsApp or through any other social media. The best way we can safeguard ourselves from getting into any this kind of fraud is directly calling the person and making sure whether they have got any such, or they are in any such situation or not. Then next one is cyberbullying and online harassment. This is a very important one because each comment, some people are very fond of commenting on the videos on the social media, intentionally or unintentionally. Sometimes they do the cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is we using inappropriate words on internet when it comes to some people's appearance or some people's behavior. It may be a movie review, or it may be a video review, or your opinion which we are giving. Sometimes knowingly or unknowingly we are doing the cyberbullying. So it may be a positive review, it may be a negative review. So as I said, knowingly or unknowingly, but some people intentionally do the cyberbullying. They criticize the people, they bully them online, they post some messages on the physical appearance of any person or how they look, how they speak. Nowadays, they even do the body shaming, or the language shaming also is a very trending term nowadays. How the other person is talking, how they are, what is their kind of words which they use, the pronunciation or the accent which they use. So that all comes under cyberbullying. Then online harassment, a very common thing which happens if you post any video. We cannot like satisfy everyone, but how we are responding to that, we can become a responsible citizens, and we can make sure that how we are doing it. If you don't like it, we can just pass that, we can just go to the next video, or we can just see what we like, instead of posting negative comments on that, or harassing the other person on their appearances, or how they, what type of content they are using. All that is your cyberbullying and online harassment. Then other threat, or which we say a very major threat, that is malware and ransomware. These two are very total different kind of activities which happen in the corporate basically. So all the corporate people must be knowing about these two, and we should be very 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 careful about this. Malware is when any person, they just steal your data from online, or they have unauthorized access to the data of any company, and they use that against the company. That is malware, like tender notices or any confidential information of the company. I get an unauthorized access to the data of the company. I steal the very important data from the company. No other intention, but only to steal it and make sure that my company is getting benefited out of that information is malware attack, which we call. And then we have ransomware attack. In ransomware attack, the intention is totally different. My only intention is to extract money from you. So I'll steal your data, I'll get the unauthorized access into the software or your whatever program you're using. Then my only intention is extracting money. So in return of whatever data I have stolen from you, I will demand some money. So that is ransomware attack. These two attacks are basically for the corporate people or the companies where they usually have the very important data. Then the last one is fake news and the misinformation. Very 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 frequently happening. Whatever incident happened, we get all the fake news. There are people ready to just spread the fake news and the misinformation, basic from any movie review to the bigger news of the one country's safety. So everything is affected by the fake news and misinformation. So again, as I said previously, when we were talking about critical thinking, it's very important being a responsible user of social media or being a responsible user of any digital platform. It's very important to identify which one is the fake news, which is the misinformation, understand it, verify it, and then repost it or then share it with others. That is a very, very, very important thing if we want to not get into these kind of online frauds. Then we have some cybercrime facts like how many people, what is cybercrime? Cybercrime is the crimes which happens online. So they are called as cyber crimes. So previously all these five which we have seen, all these threats are cyber crimes. If someone is sending you a phishing email, it's a cyber crime activity. And in India, whatever thing is happening under, whatever crime is happening under cyber crime, that will be taken care by the IT Act 2000. So we can just file any case against the cybercrime under IT Act 2000. So these are some facts about the cybercrime. So in India alone, in the year 2023, we have almost like 1.5 million cybercrime complaints. So even the smallest one can be considered under cybercrime. A fake news which you are wanting to spread, or a comment, negative comment which we are putting. So everything comes under cybercrime. These are the reported crimes. We don't even know how many crimes were not even reported. So when we talk about only the reported crimes, there were 1.5 million cyber crimes were reported in the only in the year 2023. Then we have financial frauds. Most of the financial frauds are happening, they are leading in the cyber crime. So most of the crime which are happening through cyber is the financial fraud, the payments. It can be at any platform. The false payments we are doing, you are making a payment, you are not receiving the product which you have ordered. It can be anything, but financial frauds are very common in the cyber crime. Then we have students, the frequent target. Like high online activities are there. As I said, one incident where one a small kid who was playing online game, and he lost over 7 lakh rupees, which were the hard earned money of the parents, without even knowing that he is spending that money. And why this happened, what was the root cause of this loss of 7 lakh rupees? Was that the child? No, it was the parents who didn't have the digital literacy, who didn't put a safe passwords for or any verification method for the payments. So kids don't know, they don't have any literacy about the digital platform, but parents has to be very, very, very careful when they are allowing their kids to be on the digital platforms. Online gaming, how much money on in-app purchases are there in so many online games. So it's a responsibility of a parent when he is introducing this digital world to the kid. Parents has to be more careful, because kids don't know, but parents do know. So in this case, the kid definitely he has done some mistake, but the major part of the mistake lies with the parents. They didn't have the proper literacy, they didn't put a proper verification process before making the payments. So that was one kind of issue which was there, or which may happen. And this was a, and then again it was a cybercrime, um, which we consider under the cybercrime. So students who are having the less literacy about what's happening around us, they get easily influenced. How many students? There are so many countries where social media is totally banned for the kids who are below 18 years. Though the Instagram or the Facebook or the Google, they have these norms that anyone whose age is less than 18 should not be using this social media, but they don't have any particular verification method through which they are verifying and they are allowing the people to get into the social media. You just set your age as 18 and you are allowed to get into it without even properly verifying what is the age of the person who is using the social media. The social media, just by seeing the numbers, they are allowing the kids into the social media. And when kids are there, students are there on the social media, their literacy, again I say their literacy is less. They don't have that much of critical thinking or that much of cognitive activity happening for them. Whatever they see, whatever, it's like first come first serve. So at first whatever they see, they believe that it's a right information. It's a very common thing. And when the same information is provided to them multiple times, they start to believe this is the only correct information. If I keep on talking good about one thing, that kid will definitely going to believe that whatever I am saying is right. The halo effect very easily happens. So when this halo effect is affecting the students, definitely there are more chances of the cybercrime. They bullying other person. Here, students are involved in mainly in the online harassment and cyberbullying because they are influenced like that. So their influence will result in cyberbullying. Most of this cyberbullying will be done by the students or who are less than age of 30 because they have less understanding of how to perceive the things which are happening online. Then we have cybercoms involved in social engineering. So these are the cyber facts, and these are the statistics, some of the statistics. So they say that the highest data, which is 5.09 million, was happened in the USA. So highest cost which was paid in the USA, and one of the data also says that around 6.7 hours daily are we are just spending, the cyber department is just spending 6.7 hours daily, like whole of their work is against solving all these issues which are coming through the cyber crime. They're not doing any other work. Their only work is to resolve the cyber crimes. 6.7 hours daily approximately. They're working just on resolving the cyber crime issues which are happening around the world. And this data is shocking, but around the world, 1.5 trillion was the money which was like it was involved in the cyber crime in just in the year 2023. 1.5 trillion dollars. So it was a money which was extorted or which was earned by the cyber criminals through any way. It can be a malware, it can be a ransomware attack, it can be any other kind of extortion, or it can be a payment frauds, anything it could be. Total of $1.5 trillion were earned by the cyber criminals. Then we have projected cost of criminals. It may increase to $10.5 trillion by 2025. We still have 3-4 months to end it by the 2025. This is the projected cost, and it's definitely threatening till we know or we spread this awareness about the digital literacy to others, how to safeguard ourselves, how to not get into all this kind of cybercrime attacks. We are not able to decrease this amount. This is a huge amount. 10.5 trillion is dollars is not a less amount. It's a very huge amount. We have to be more aware about the digital platforms, how it is happening. We should be even aware of the cyber crimes which may happen against us, how to act responsibility on the digital platforms is very important. Then this is password safety, as we were talking, how to safeguard your password, how to act responsibly online. So first one is, please use a strong password. We all know that password should consist of letters, numbers, and symbols, very importantly. And make sure your password never contains any name, either your name or your closed one's name, because it's very easy for others to just decode it. So it should be something which is very close to your heart, but not the name of the people. Name is easy to decode. Then personal information. Please never provide the personal information. As I said, don't use your name or your very close one's name in the password, as it's very easy to decode. And then same password. Don't use the same password in all the platforms, because if two or three platforms got decoded, they know that all the platforms have the same password, and it's very easy to get access to your accounts in all the platforms if you have the same password in all the platforms. So very importantly, use different passwords for multiple or different platforms. Then two factor authentication is very important. As I said, the previous case, parents, they failed to do this verification, two factor authentication. Before the kid can make the payment, there has to be some option of they getting the SMS or they giving the authentication, or there is one option in the credit card where you can stop payments also. So whenever you have to make the payment, you have to just enable it and make the payment, and then again you can disable it. So anything like that, if you can do these kind of authentications, make sure that you are doing this authentications to be safe on the online. Then we have how to identify the fake news. As we already discussed, first one is check on the source credibility. From where you are getting this news, from where you're getting the information, who is the person who is providing you the information, which platform you're getting the information, if it's any influencer, what is their past history, how they have made information to reach you, what is their credibility, all these things. So what is the source from where you're getting the information? Then you have to check the information from multiple websites. So whether this is a correct information or not, go and read the articles. If the information is about anything which happened in the past, go and study the multiple articles. What is the truth actually, whether it's a true or true incident, or whether some people are trying to influence you. So whatever the case is, we first have to verify it from multiple websites. Then we have to look for dates, authors, and references from where we have got, or any person. As I said, reference is very important. As I said, acknowledgement is very important. No plagiarism has to be there. So from where, what is the date, what is the authenticity, who is the author who has given this information, what is the references, from where the person has referred this. Nowadays so many people, they are doing, or they bring so many information about different things to us in the YouTube. And some people, they are very sure about their information that they even provide the link, or they provide the references from where they have gathered the information. They are actually the genuine people. But the one who is not able to provide the references of from where they have got the data, we definitely have to recheck on whether this data is true or not. Then definitely we have to avoid sharing the unverified content. If we are not sure about it, if we are having doubts on whatever we are receiving, as I said, we have to be very sure what we receive, how we perceive it, and whether we have to verify whether it's right or wrong. And only after verifying it, we have to share it to the others. So as educated people, as we are in some position, we know, we understand how to do this. But it's not the case with all the people around us. Our parents are getting old, though they are using or they are on social media, but still sometimes they fail to understand which is important, which is fake, or which is the real information. And they, without even verifying, they start to share or they start to reshare that information. So it's our duty to teach them to just how to verify, or how much it is important to verify the data and then only to send to other people. But even we sometimes, without even understanding the seriousness of the information, without even understanding how harmful it could be for others, without even verifying, even we start to share the information. So it's very important that we don't share the unauthorized content. First, verify the content. First, go through the multiple websites, check the data, check the facts, and then only reshare the content if that content is authorized and if that content actually stands about or talks about some incident which is true or which could be true. So digital etiquettes, very important how we should behave online. So first thing is respect others online. Don't post unnecessary comments or don't bully anyone on the online is a very important thing which we should always remember. uh, then we have spreading rumors or hate content. Only if you know that this information is correct, then post the information. But still, we have to make sure that from our part or from our side, we should not be spreading any kind of rumors or any kind of hate content, which is very common in our country. But as a responsible digital platform users, we should make sure that we are not posting any kind of hate content. We are not discriminating any person, any religion, any community. Whatever we post, it should be only for the entertainment purpose without harming any person's beliefs or emotions. That is very important. Then follow the academic integrity online. Then we have communicate politely on digital spaces. So the words which we use, the tone which we use, the type of content which we post, or if we are, some people have this habit of commenting very frequently on the comment section. So what they are commenting, how they are commenting, whether their comments are even relevant to the content which is shown or not, or whether they are affecting or they are causing any harm to the emotions of any other person, that has to be checked very properly. So then first what we have to do, this is just a picture representation, pictorial representation. We have to be very polite and we should have a very respectful behavior when we are communicating online. It could be a messaging which we are doing online, chatting which we do online, or the comments which we post, or any kind of content which we post or reshare also. We should be very polite and respect. We should have a very respectful behavior. So, this was all about the digital literacy and online safety. So, as all of us are into this digital world, it is very important to know or understand what's happening around us, how much power this digital world or digital platforms are holding, and what all we can do using this digital platforms. And at the same time, it's very important to be safe on these digital platforms also, to make sure what we are doing, how we are doing, what we are interpreting, and most importantly, we should not harm ourselves and we should not cause any harm to any other person who is there on the any kind of digital platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jhansi madam.
Thank you, sir.
It's very useful topic to us. I'm thankful from my organization and all the participants. So the basic points we have explained about the literacy, English literacy, how we handle ourselves with these fake news or other things, how we can get lost from that, how we identify that, and what are the statistical data of the fraud in the future also. You have given detail. Now I request all the participants to unmute and they can discuss with our speaker.
हेलो, नमस्ते मैडम।
Namaste, sir.
मैडम काफी अच्छी जानकारी आपने दी है। मेरा एक ये
Thank you,
सवाल
sir.
है कि जैसे हमको पायलट या वर्ड माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का 365 यूज करते हैं, तो इस पर हमारा जो शोध रहते हैं, जो हम उस पर लिखते हैं, वो कितना सिक्योर है?
नहीं, आप एक और बार पूछेंगे सर?
हाँ जी, मेरा ये सवाल है, जो को पायलट 365 माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्ड, उस पर जो हम रिसर्च काम करते हैं,
हाँ सर,
वो कितना सेफ है हमारा?
सर सेफ तो है, मतलब डेटा कहीं नहीं जा रहा सर, डेटा वहीं पर है। पर अगेन बात ये हो जाती है कि आप वहाँ क्या पूछ रहे हो, क्या इंफॉर्मेशन आप वहाँ पे दे रहे हो। लाइक अभी ये गिबली आर्ट का बहुत ज्यादा ट्रेंड हो गया था, फिर बीच में जो ये था कौन सा रेट्रो फोटोज का बहुत ट्रेंड हो गया था। सो फोटोज डाल रहे हो आप, पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन वहाँ पे दे रहे हो, वो थोड़ा थ्रेट हो जाता है। पर आप सर्च वगैरह कर रहे हो, आप अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन किसी के लिए भी वो तो ठीक है, पर बहुत ज्यादा पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन तो वहां पे नहीं प्रोवाइड करनी चाहिए। आप नॉर्मल कोई भी सर्च कर लो, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, पर पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन जब आप दे रहे हो तो वो तो पक्का थ्रेट हो जाता है सर।
मैडम वो तो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऑफिस का इसलिए सर पूछ रहे कि हमें तो यूज करना ही पड़ता है वो। सो हाउ इट सेफ, हाउ at much extent it is safe to use that co-pilot, because without that we can't do research like this.
Sir, research work is okay, sir. You can do the research work. There is no harm in doing the research work and getting the data from there. But what I am saying is providing your personal information. As I said, I mentioned 2 incidents also. It was very much into the internet. Everyone was going crazy about that, getting the retro photos, getting the Ghibli art and all. But they don't understand that when they are giving their pictures to the chat GPT or giving their pictures to any of the AI platform, that pictures may be misused in the future, that they are not understanding. But when it comes to the research work, when it comes to getting notes and all, it's very safe for any person to get the notes from there, because there is no harm in getting the notes without providing your personal information. So I'm saying, as long as you're not providing your personal information, it's very safe to use any kind of AI platforms.
जी धन्यवाद मैडम।
हेलो,
थैंक यू देवेश सिंह जी। कोई प्रश्न तो पूछ सकते हैं।
हेलो,
Yes, sir.
गुड इवनिंग मैम, गुड इवनिंग सर।
Good evening, sir.
मैम मेरा सवाल ये है कि जैसे डेटा प्राइवेसी और डेटा सिक्योरिटी
Yes, sir.
टू आर चैलेंजिंग टास्क फॉर गवर्नमेंट, तो
Yes,
आप
sir.
गवर्नमेंट को इसके बारे में क्या सजेस्ट करना चाहेंगे कि इसके बारे में और क्या कैसे सिक्योर करना चाहिए? यदि आप इसके बारे में एक किताब लिखेंगे या कोर्स डिजाइन करेंगे तो आप किसको प्रायोरिटी देंगे?
सर उतने बड़े लोग हम नहीं हैं सर कि हम गवर्नमेंट को बता सकें कि उन्हें क्या करना है और क्या नहीं करना है, पर जरूरत है सर डेटा सेफ्टी की। बहुत सारे लूप होल्स हैं, इवन लॉ में भी बहुत सारे लूप होल्स हैं। सो उन लूप होल्स को सही करने की जरूरत है। डेटा सेफ्टी की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है कि बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग करें नेटवर्क अपना, और जो भी है उनका सिस्टम जो वो यूज कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग होना चाहिए कि डेटा लीक ना हो। सो इससे ज्यादा नहीं सर, मैं बोलूँ कि मेरी इतनी औकात नहीं है कि मैं गवर्नमेंट को कुछ बोलूँ कि कैसे वो कर सकते हैं, ना मेरा उतना एक्सपीरियंस है कि मैं उन्हें कुछ बता सकूं। पर मेरे ख्याल हाँ, लूप होल्स तो हैं सर, जिसको फिक्स करने की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है।
थैंक यू मैडम। ये आप जो बोल रहे हैं ना, मैं सकती गवर्नमेंट, इसका मैं उदाहरण देता हूँ। तो मैं गोवा में रिफ्रेशर कोर्स के लिए था, ये डाटा सेफ्टी ऑनलाइन, दैट वाज द शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्स। और उन्होंने कोर्स के उद्घाटन के लिए गोवा स्टेट के जो पुलिस महानिरीक्षक रहते ना, जो सीनियर पुलिस ऑफिसर स्टेट के, उनको लाया था उद्घाटन के लिए। तो उन्होंने बोला है कि गोवा यूनिवर्सिटी का जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कंप्यूटर डिपार्टमेंट है इतना हेल्पफुल है कि ऑल इंडिया में जो कुछ भी क्राइम होता है उसका सर्च करने में ये डिपार्टमेंट मुझे हेल्प करता है, बहुत ही हेल्प करता है। क्योंकि जो टीचर्स है वहाँ की, उनकी जो सिस्टम है वो सब सर्च करने इतने पावरफुल है कि टीचर भी गवर्नमेंट सर्चिंग एजेंसी को नए नए जो आ रहा है फ्रॉड, उसके ऊपर कंट्रोल कैसे किया जाए, उनकी भी जो वेबसाइट, उन्होंने अप्रिशिएशन किया था सभी टीचर का कि जो परसों क्राइम्स हुए थे ऐसे उन्होंने उदाहरण दिया था कि इसका इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर लीजिए, ये टीचर्स की टीम मुझे काम में आई गोवा यूनिवर्सिटी में। तो आप भी टेक्निकल साइड के, इंजीनियरिंग साइड के, अगर चलते चलते समझे कुछ समझ में कुछ आ गया आपको कि ये फ्रॉड यहाँ तक हम कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, इसकी ये पॉसिबिलिटी है, तो टीचर बोल के आप कोई भी कॉन्फ्रेंस में कोई भी आप मेरे हिसाब से गवर्नमेंट को या कोई टेक्निकल साइड से आप अवेयर कर सकते हैं, कोई बात नहीं।
ओके सर, हाँ हाँ।
ये मैडम
प्लीज, आप देवेश सिंह सर बोलने वाले थे।
जी, मैं ये कह रहा था कि सर बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं कि जो आप जैसे एक्सपर्ट है उनकी ही सरकार को आज जरूरत है। वो पहला जमाना चला गया, क्योंकि समस्या बहुत आ चुकी है। और आप जैसे एक्सपर्ट नहीं होंगे तो फिर ये समस्या बढ़ती जाएगी। आप अपने को छोटा नहीं कह सकते क्योंकि वक्त का पता नहीं लगता। ये सर ने बिल्कुल सही कहा है आपको।
थैंक यू सर।
आज का उदाहरण मैं बोलता हूँ सर, ये जो रोड रेबरी होती है ना, ये हमारे ये एरिया में भीड़ बोल के है, तो वहाँ की पुलिस जो सर्च करती थी नॉर्मल, वो छोड़ के उन्होंने ये जो एविडेंस ज्यादा हो गई, तो आज उन्होंने ड्रोन सॉफ्टवेयर उसकी यूज करके 24 घंटे के अंदर ये पूरे पॉइंट जो थे डेंजर पॉइंट उनको उन्होंने फाइंड किए। अगर वो जमाना वो रहता था तो उनको खुद होके जाना पड़ता, करना पड़ता। मगर आज ये टेक्निक है, और टेक्निक का ड्रोन का यूज हो या कोई भी यूज हो, ऐसी टेक्निक जो सॉफ्टवेयर है वो ऐसे सभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में या फाइंडिंग में सभी इसमें टेक्निक काम आ सकती है। टेक्निकल का ये हक है कि उन्होंने ये जो टेक्निक है उनको ये करे, अपडेट करे, क्योंकि वो भी स्टाफ जब आया तो अब मेरे कॉलेज में जब मेरा जो हेड क्लार्क था उनको मैं कंप्यूटर ऑपरेट करने के लिए बोला, तो उन्होंने मुझे रूल बता दिए कि जो ए डेट के आगे पहले लगे वाले उनके लिए कंप्यूटर आना कंपल्सरी नहीं है। तो ये क्यों है कि उनके सीखने की इच्छा नहीं। ऐसे भी कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट में अगर टेक्निकल स्टाफ पर अपडेट नहीं है तो वो टेक्निक है तो यूज नहीं, मगर जहाँ कुछ ऐसे एक्सपर्ट से वो राय दे सकते हैं। थैंक यू सर। स्वानंद शुक्ला सर, आप पूछो।
Good evening, sir. Betkar, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you are given, and this is one of the very burning issue what we are going with, and
Yes.
wonderful presentation. And I remember, so many episodes while listening you. Once I got phone call from my student, the passed out ex-students, that sir, there is something wrong with your Instagram. And then when I said, what happened? You say, send me the, that your photograph of that. So in that, on my name, someone was asking money, 25,000 rupees to him,
Yes,
money.
sir. Yes, sir.
And then I said, I never asked this, and this is not my Instagram, but it was under my name. So I asked, near about 50, 60 students to block it. So they blocked it, and then it has not gone further. That is the best way what we could do.
Yes, sir.
Then I remember, nowadays, there is what they are calling it as digital blackmailing or digital, they are demanding for money. They are calling the elderly people, very correctly you said. Elderly people, they are calling and telling them that your son is trapped like this, and it is in
Yes,
police
yes,
station.
yes,
Send
sir.
this much money. So these are the stories, they are coming now and then. So digital arrest, what it is, the right terminology is digital arrest people are going with. And I remembered one episode with one girl, that somehow, people, maybe because of the misuse of Facebook or something, the photograph was her. But mind you, the nude photograph were there. And she said, this is not mine, and how come, and they are blackmailing me and telling that I will release these photographs if suppose you are not. So that, and of course, it very decent girl, and she must have not done anything like this, but somehow they played a trick and done this, So we lodged a complaint also for that particular this, and of course, again, the blocking is the only thing what we can do, prevent. So I remembered all these episodes are very, very common. Very recently, I'm having one group with my friends, old friends, and all of a sudden, I got a WhatsApp, that RTO, and then I opened it. You pay fine, otherwise there will be FIR against your name and this and that. And then I saw this is that particular group was there. It was hacked, and all messages were there before. What conversations we used to have, and that has been used by that person. So everyone again done the same thing and made a police complaint. So I think cyber, the department is very strong nowadays.
Yes,
And
sir.
we should take help of cyber department. Even you are having a slightest, doubt regarding this, you can please approach. Don't hesitate. Police are our friends. Police people are our friends. We should go to them and take a help. The cyber people are very intelligent. I had seen at least two, the officers. they they are playing a wonderful role. They are having so much of machinery to capture this, and no doubt the bank robberies are common now. Digital bank robberies are common, so we can have this kind of agitation that one should not keep quiet. Now that girl, agar usne nahi bola hota डर के मारे, right? So what has happened? उसको blackmail करते रहते थे, right? And this is how one should come forward and one should talk about this. So our phones are so sensitive nowadays. When you start thinking of purchasing new mobile or television, all those advertisements start coming in your apps, and so every time we are trapped. Every time someone is hearing, someone is looking at your contents.
Yes.
So we have to be very careful. So what do you think about this, ma'am? Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. After listening to you, even I remember one incident where one student, she just posted about information where she is studying all the things, and then her parent, once she was in class and her parent got the call saying that we have arrested your daughter in case of drug trafficking. He got panicked. He got some 4 5 calls. Then they were asking him to pay 5 lakh rupees to release his daughter. He tried calling her because she was in the class. She was not able to pick the call. He got more panicked, but in this panic also, he took a right decision of calling the faculty member. So he called one of the faculty member, and we just given him the assurance that his daughter is sitting in the class. She's nowhere else. She's in the class. Then at the break time, when she got to use her phone, she called her father and she informed that she is well and fine. So at this point, we appreciate the father who has not panicked, but he took a right decision of calling the staff member and confirming whether this is a true incident or not. So all these things happens very regularly nowadays. They are very common, but first thing everyone should be knowing about what may go wrong with them. We should take correct decisions at correct time.
And even digital arrests are so common nowadays. You cannot handle your account, you cannot work out, and we have to pay. So I think cyber crime, that branch is very strong. We should take help of it. At least in my city, Nasik city, I know at least 10 to 12 cases. But the big shot people are trapped, and crores of rupees. They are asking for crores of rupees. So this is, one should go and straightforward approach the police. We should not have any kind of fear, and there must be some emergency number also for the cyber crime. So that, I think that we can go with this. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Principal sir, Dr. BETKAR sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sanal Shukla sir. Before few minutes here also explained about the medicines which people are referring from the internet. So I remember then you also.
Yeah, nowadays young people, they are making reel. They find out some content health related, and they are making reel and they are putting on the WhatsApp. Even they are not there, but behind the scene, these young people, are there. And one should not follow whatever the things are there. Please see your doctor and take advice from the doctor rather than, such kind of advices. And nowadays people are engrossed in reels, one after another. So one should not go run behind such a kind of health tips and health information. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
हमारी आवाज आ रही है सर?
जी बोलिए।
हेलो सर। मैम झांसी मैम, आपने बहुत अच्छी जानकारी साझा की और विषय भी हमारे इंक्लूड था। मैं पत्रकार हूँ, बिहार से हूँ, जर्नलिस्ट हूँ और हमारी पढ़ाई पीजी तक हुई है। हमें भी एक शौक रहा, मगर आज का जो विषय था मैम वाकई में सेंसिटिव है अपने आप में, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से नए नए टूल्स आ रहे हैं। कि कहा हम लोग बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, विज्ञान अगर वरदान है तो अभी साप भी है। तो उसी तरीके से चुनौतियां तो हमेशा रहा है। अगर हमें चाकू मिला है तो वो गले काटने के लिए नहीं बना है, वो तो बना है तो सब्जी काटने के लिए, फल काटने के लिए, कोई भी अन्य चीजें। मगर हालात ऐसे बनते जा रहे हैं, नए नए टूल्स के बारे में जानकारी लोगों को नहीं हो पाता है, क्योंकि उन्हें उन तक अभी तक जानकारी पहुंच नहीं पाता, वो सही चीजों तक पहुंच नहीं पा रहे हैं। मोबाइल्स सबके हाथों में है, सोशल मीडिया से हर लोग जुड़े हुए हैं, उनकी समझ वहां तक पहुंच नहीं पाती है। तो ऐसे हालातों में अब दूसरी बात, अब जब साइबर क्राइम जब होती है तो मैंने देखा है मैम, हमारी आवाज आ रही है क्लियर?
हाँ हाँ आ रही है, बताइए।
तो हम जब बिहार जैसे मैं बिहार से हूँ, तो मैंने देखा है कि यहाँ जो साइबर क्राइम का जो थाना है, जब थाना में लोग जाते हैं तो वहाँ जब आवेदन करते हैं, या जिन्हें अवगत नहीं होते हैं, जिसे गांव ग्रामीण क्षेत्र के जो लोग हैं उन्हें उन्हें पता नहीं होता है, वो बहुत सारी चीजों से वाकिफ नहीं होते हैं, और उनके साथ जब क्राइम की घटनाएं होती है तो उनके साथ कई सारी समस्याओं का चुनौतियों का सामना करना पड़ता है। एक तो पहले वो अशिक्षित है, उन्हें कुछ पता नहीं होता है। तो ऐसे हालात में जो पोर्टल बनाए गए हैं, जहां से आप साइबर क्राइम जब होता है तो वहां मामला दर्ज होता है, मगर कभी कभी तो ऐसा होता है कि वो बेचारे एक तो लूट का शिकार हुए ही हैं, थाना जाने के बाद भी एक अपनी एक सीमाएं उनके साथ मिसबिहेव का प्रॉब्लम झेलना पड़ता है। तो मुझे लगता है कि आपने जो बताया, जहां तक जो जानकारी मिली आपसे, वो बहुत अच्छी है, मगर जमीनी हालात मैडम, मुझे लगता है जहां तक बहुत जो हालात बने हुए हैं वो वाकई बहुत मैं मतलब उससे संतुष्ट नहीं हूँ, असंतुष्ट हूँ जो स्थिति परिस्थिति बनी हुई है। और इसका सबसे बड़ा कारण मैं समझता हूँ कि सरकार ने तो साइबर क्राइम के प्रति और से संबंधित कोई भी मामला होता है तो उसके जागरूकता के लिए तो काफी कुछ काम किए हैं, मगर मैं अभी भी उसी बात को दोहराना चाहता हूँ कि बहुत सारे लोगों तक ये सही चीजें पहुंच नहीं पा रही। जैसे कि आज बेतकर सर ने ये कार्यक्रम करवाया, अगर ये चीजें हर आम लोगों तक पहुंच जाए तो मुझे लगता है कि हर आम लोग इसे अच्छे से सुनेंगे तो कुछ अच्छे विषय के साथ जान पाएंगे। हाँ, हो सकता है कि बहुत सारे लोग पढ़े लिखे नहीं होते हैं तो उनके साथ भाषा का असमंजस होता है, ये मान सकते हैं। मगर मैम आपने जो कहा, मुझे ये उलझन हमेशा रहता है, अगर इस पर आप कुछ विचार रखेंगे तो कुछ समाधान मिल पाए।
हाँ, तो एक काम हम कर सकते हैं, जैसे अभी सोशल मीडिया है, आप खुद हो, आपका सोशल मीडिया होगा, तो आप इनिशिएटिव ले सकते हो ना, लोगों को जागरूक करने में, उनके लिए वीडियो बनाओ, उनको बताओ कि अगर ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है तो वो क्या कर सकते हैं, कैसी जो जो भी अभी यहाँ पर हुआ, वो सारे रिस्पॉन्सिबल जो यूथ है, जिनको पता है कि क्या होता है, जिनको ग्राउंड रियलिटी पता है कि ये कुछ गलत यहाँ पे हो रहा है, तो जो वो रील बना रहे हैं वो अच्छे के लिए भी बना सकते हैं। ये बस थोड़ी सी जो है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की बात है कि अगर मैं ही कुछ बना रही हूँ तो मैं ऐसा कुछ रील बनाऊं जिससे 4 लोगों को कोई एजुकेशन मिले। ये नहीं है कि कोई फेमस गाना जा रहा है, रील वो उस पे बनाओ, ट्रेंड हो रहा है तो मुझे ट्रेंड होना है, नहीं, क्यों? कर सकते हैं ना, ये भी कितने सारे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं, उनको जरूरत है कि वो जाने कि ग्राउंड रियलिटी क्या है, वो 10 रील बना रहे हैं, जो ट्रेंड हो रहा है वो करें, पर 2 रील ऐसी भी तो बनाएं कुछ जागरूकता के लिए, वो भी तो कंट्रीब्यूट करें। आपका भी सोशल मीडिया होगा, आप भी बता सकते हो उसमें कि ये ऐसा है, मत करो, लिंक पे क्लिक मत करो, ये मत करो। आप जर्नलिस्ट हो, आपके फॉलोअर्स भी थोड़े ज्यादा हो सकते हैं, तो हमें उतर के तो काम करना पड़ेगा, किसी को तो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी पड़ेगी। बस यही कर सकते हैं, उनको समझा सकते हैं, हम ये लिटरेसी और ज्यादा दे सकते हैं। एटलीस्ट घर से शुरुआत कर लेते हैं, अपने पेरेंट्स को बता देते हैं, जो नाना नानी दादा दादी के हाथ तक जो हमारा स्मार्टफोन पहुंच चुका है, जो यूट्यूब उनके हाथ में है, व्हाट्सएप वो भी यूज कर रहे हैं, उनको बता देते हैं, वो थोड़े हो जाएं, वो थोड़े कहीं से तो शुरुआत कर सकते हैं। सो घर से शुरुआत करते हैं, थोड़ा थोड़ा सोसाइटी भी बदलेगी आराम से, सब तक तो पहुंच ही जाएगी न्यूज के कैसे बच के रहना है।
धन्यवाद सोनू कुमार जी। धन्यवाद। अभी वो शादी का दिन वही चल रहा है आणि इसमें अब शुरू हो रहा है, तो इसका फायदा वो लोग उठा रहे, क्योंकि आजकल हम शादी कार्ड प्रिंट भी दे रहे और उसका ये भी दे रहे सॉफ्टवेयर, तो ये भी है। अगर वो शादी का कार्ड भी हम कोई तो रिलेटिव का क्लिक करते हैं और उसमें अटक जाते हैं, ऐसे भी चीजों करते हैं, फायदा उठाते हैं। क्या लोगों का सोच है आजकल, जैसे आपने बोला कि वो जिबली फोटो, वो एक ने सब कर रहे तो उसमें सब डाटा लीक हो गया। ऐसे वो जो चल रहा है उसमें थोड़ा सा वो ऐसा फ्रॉड लाने की कोशिश करते हैं। सही है।
और जिस तरह से एआई ने सर जगह बनाया है और जिस तरीके से चीजें जो मोर्फ हो रही है ना, तो मुझे लगता है कि इसके प्रति तो खुद ही स्वयं को जागरूक और सतर्क रखना पड़ेगा। क्योंकि देखिए एआई एक तरफ तो बहुत लोगों को अवसर दिया है, तो अवसर के साथ साथ बहुत ज्यादा अवसर दिया है, लाखों करोड़ों इससे लोग कमा भी रहे हैं, इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं। मगर ये समझना होगा, मैंने देखा है कि जो एआई से जो चीजें बनती है वो एकदम लगता है एकदम सच्चाई है। वो अब तो लोग समझ भी गए हैं, जहां तक लोगों तक बात ये पहुंच रही है वो जान भी रहे हैं। और बात मैम आपने अच्छी कही कि लोगों को जागरूक करना पड़ेगा। मैं तो हमेशा जब भी कॉलेज या में जाता हूं तो मैं जर्नलिज्म के स्टूडेंट को कहता हूं कि आप पत्रकारिता को समझते क्या हो, पत्रकारिता में करने के लिए क्या आए हो। क्या यही हमारा रह गया है कि कोई मर गया, कोई हेरा गया, कोई एक्सीडेंट में ये हो गया, यही सिर्फ ब्रेकिंग खबरें हैं? आज वो नेताजी उनके बारे में बोल दिए, क्या वही एक खबरें हैं? मेरा पहला प्राथमिकता है कि हम जागरूकता के प्रति आगे आए। ये जब तक हम नहीं करेंगे तब तक कुछ नहीं होगा। और मैं बेतकर सर को धन्यवाद देता हूं, क्योंकि उनके माध्यम से बहुत सारे कार्यक्रम में मैं जुड़ा हूं मैम, और ऐसे ऐसे नए नए टूल्स को लाकर इन्होंने बताया है कि मुझे मौका मिला है कि कई जगह जाकर इसके बारे में बोलना, बताना, समझाना, और इस वजह से एक सकारात्मक पत्रकारिता की दिशा में काम करने का भी मुझे मौका मिल रहा है। और आगे चलकर मैं भी जब यूट्यूब पर चैनल बनाऊंगा तो मेरा उम्मीद भी यही रहेगा कि सकारात्मक पत्रकारिता पे करूं। मुझे कंपटीशन नहीं करना है, मुझे लाख में व्यू नहीं दिखाना है। लोग और कंटेंट, देखिए कंटेंट की कीमत होती है, कंटेंट हम जैसा लेकर चलेंगे वैसा चलेगा। अभी हालात ऐसे हजारों यूट्यूब चैनल बन रहे हैं, बंद हो रहे हैं, चालू हो रहे हैं। हमेशा जब चुनाव आता है तो नए नए चैनल कुकुर मुत्ते की तरह निकल आते हैं, तो उनके बारे में कुछ कहा नहीं जा सकता है। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू मैडम, आपका बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण समय हमने आपका लिया। जो हमारा टारगेट 1 आवर का था उसमें 15 मिनट बढ़ गए हैं, मगर चर्चा यूजफुल थी। जो हमारे सहभागी हैं, सोनू कुमार सर है, डॉक्टर सर है, जमीर सर है, सभी को ये चर्चा करने में और कुछ और जानकारी और अच्छा मिलने में आनंद लगता है। तो यू हैव एक्सेप्टेड और इनवाइटेशन and delivered a talk in future also. You will be here.
Sure sir, definitely.
थैंक यू।
मुझे भी बहुत अच्छा लगा सर, क्योंकि मैं बहुत सालों से यहाँ पे हूँ चेन्नई में, तो मुझे लोग मिलते नहीं है जिनसे मैं हिंदी में बात कर सकूं। सो बहुत दिनों बाद बात करके मुझे भी अच्छा लग रहा है एक्चुअली। सो अच्छा लगा सर सबसे जुड़ के।
मैंने आपकी भाषा को मैंने जब चेन्नई मैंने देखा, तो जब आपने जब इंग्लिश में जब बातें कर रहे थे तो मुझे लगा कि पता नहीं सुनने को मौका मिलेगा कि नहीं। जब अपने आपको बात करते देखा तो मुझे लगा ये विष तो नेताओं का है भाषा के प्रति। भाषा तो हकीकत में हमारी माँ है, चाहे वो भाषा किसी जगह की हो, और हर जगह पे 5 किलोमीटर के दायरे पे भाषा बदलता है। और ये मुझे लगता है कि मैं जिस क्षेत्र से, मैं बिहार से आता हूँ, वो मेरा मगही क्षेत्र है, लेकिन मुझे एक अफसोस है कि मैं मगही नहीं बोल पाता हूँ। मेरा सबसे बड़ा अफसोस है कि मैं अपने क्षेत्र में रहकर अपनी मगही भाषा को नहीं बोल पाता हूँ। और ये चीजें हैं, तो भाषाओं के प्रति तो ये विवादास्पद करना सफेद पोशाक का काम बन गया, लेकिन आम जन में ये विवाद नहीं है, मैं इतना तो जानता हूँ।
हाँ,
थैंक यू मैडम। हमारे पूरे सहभागी मित्रों के साथ से आपका अभिनंदन है और धन्यवाद भी है। भविष्य में ऐसे टेक्निकल टॉपिक के लिए आप यहाँ आ सकती है। और एक धन्यवाद रहेगा आपकी सिस्टर का, जिन्होंने हमें आपका इंट्रोडक्शन दिया और यहाँ रिसोर्स पर्सन बोल के लिए हमें बुलाने का मौका दिया, तो उनका भी धन्यवाद। थैंक यू मैम। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
ये हो सकती मैडम, कोई बात नहीं।
ओके सर, ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।